Hello,
Hey, all you cool cats and... Sorry. Go ahead.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Listen Dude Podcast. This week, it's just me and Jaron.
Yo, boy.
Yeah, boy. I couldn't be here last week, unfortunately. Maddie's grandma passed away, so I was spending time with Maddie, making sure she was okay. So it sucks that I couldn't be here, but I listened, I watched, I cried 3 times, and I lost 10 pounds. It was a great episode.
Yeah. So, Jared, before, I asked him, like, what do you want to talk about? And he's like, I don't know, I'm an expert at everything. So we
talked about mowing.
We talked about, like, man stuff.
I would say more dad stuff. You guys talked about dad stuff. Like,
Okay.
do you have a striper on your lawnmower?
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. You're probably right.
Yeah.
Salsa gardens, getting attacked by squirrels.
Oh, yeah. I was actually hoping to hear more about the salsa garden. I was hoping thered be some sort of jokes in there, like, it's like a salsa garden, but it's like dancing. It's like salsa dancing.
I have no idea what you're talking
You could have
about.
worked something in there.
Okay, well, it's a salsa garden. But anyway, today, I actually can I just start it off with our today's sponsor?
Mm-hmm.
Let's just get it
Go ahead.
out of the way. Okay, so picture this. Today's sponsor is diseasedpets.com. Diseasedpets.com. So they actually, picture that you want a dog. Okay.
But you don't want the commitment of
But yeah, you
10
don't
years.
want the 10 to 15 year commitment. You like, I'm feeling like 3 months. I think I can make it 3 months with a dog, or I can make it like 3 years. Diseasepets.com. And it can be turtles. It can be hamsters. It can be rats. It can be, whatever, a hedgehog.
Wow.
Diseasepets.com will send you a diseased pet that will only has so much life to live. Like, so here's Bonto, the dog. He only has about 6 months to live, It'll take about 2 weeks to get him, purchase online.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you probably, I only want a dog for a month. Well,
Yeah.
Bonto's not going to work. He's going to live too long. So let's go to another dog. So you have options and stuff like that. So diseasepets.com. And like I said, turtles, lizards, iguanas, and stuff like that. Anything you can get.
And
So.
I think what's cool, too, is we're raising money to put you in a hospital.
Me?
Because you're the sponsor guy. And these sponsorships,
Right.
we're getting a little desperate.
We are getting desperate. So diseasepets.com, check them out. They're pretty good people. But they didn't give us anything to sponsor to plug them. So we got to figure that out.
But speaking of dad things that you guys talked about last week and pets, you're going to be a daddy. Bring her down. We got her right here.
I'm going to be a dog owner in 7 more weeks, to be exact. I'm getting a French Brittany.
You've been sending us pictures. A little cutie.
Well, she's the breeder has been sending me photos.
Yeah.
I've been sending it to everybody, and she just sent me photos yesterday. A week old. Doesn't even have its eyes open yet. I don't know if you saw that. It's just like playing Weekend at Bernie's or something. Like, here's your puppy. It probably didn't make it. It was diseasepets.com or something. But I'm excited, dude. I'm excited. I already got the kennel and everything.
Sweet. You have to show me.
Yeah, I got the kennel. Well, not everything. I got the kennel. I got leashes.
Yeah.
I got more stuff I got to get, but
Litter box.
Yes, litter box. I got to get litter box. But I'm starting to, like, everyone I kind of know, like, hey, if you have like any old dog stuff, I will take it.
Yeah.
And I got the kennel for free.
Wow.
Like,
Okay.
Barely used from somebody that I work with. So
pretty good.
And it was really nice of him. He just like, here you go. And it was still like in the Amazon box.
Oh, really?
Like
oh my
3 years ago when they got it, or
That's
4 years ago
fresh.
when they got it. So yeah, and it's actually perfect size for, I think, this dog.
What do you got for names?
I don't know. The name Cruise has been in my mind for like the last month.
You're a Tom Cruise guy?
Because I like Tom Cruise, and I just thought, I've never heard of a dog named Cruise. So I'm like, that'd be kind of a cool name.
Mm-hmm. How would you spell it? Like Crews, Cruise?
I don't know.
Like a cruise ship?
I don't care. I'll never have to write its name
Like
down.
Terry Crews?
It's a dog. You just say the name, Cruise. You can spell it whichever way you want.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll put a silent letter in there. And that'll throw people off.
put a P at the front.
What other names were you thinking of, though? Wilbert?
I like Wilbur.
Wilbur the dog.
I think you or Ryan had sent me the other day, Wilbur. I'm like, I kind of like Wilbur. That's kind of a cool name. But it's going to be one of those things where I got to meet the dog. And actually, I'll pick it up at 8 weeks.
Got to sniff its butt, kind of see.
Oh, yeah.
You got to do that as a new dog owner.
Yeah. I'll pick it up after 8 weeks. And
yep, it's mine.
I actually took that whole week, that whole 9th week off of vacation. So I'm just gonna chill with it. You know, we'll probably go down to Creighton, Missouri, have it run around a little bit. Go to a dog park, just tool around for a week.
Cool.
Try to get it kennel trained
because you have some family that has land down there, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And
what if a hawk comes and kind of takes Wilbert?
Well, I'll have a gun on me. I'm sure. I'll try to shoot it. I don't know.
Man, okay.
But no, I am excited. I'm really excited.
It's cool.
It's going to be a change in my life.
Yeah,
for sure. Because I think it's a change that I need. That's why I'm doing it. Because I need a change. So
why did you decide to get a dog and not like a monkey?
Because you can get dogs legally.
They're not as fun.
Monkeys are destructive, dude. They're
you could go the Tiger King route. Just get you. I will shoot you between the eyes. From the show.
But dude,
that's awesome.
I'm excited. I'm ready for it now. Yeah, actually, I'm
awesome.
Ready for it. So, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully,
are we gonna be able to pick up the dog?
I'll pick it up on the.
No. Like if we come over and visit, can we pick the dog up?
No.
Why?
Cannot. Because the dog's not gonna be a lap dog.
What?
There's actually, believe it or not, I can hear it. There's training videos. I've been watching nothing but training videos all day. Actually, the last couple of weeks, I've been not doing nothing but watching training videos. And I found this woman this morning. I've been loving her stuff. And she actually even suggested that for the first week that you have the dog after 8 weeks, you don't even introduce it to other people. It's just you. Just the owner.
So you want a very like farmer attitude dog.
Sure.
You don't want it on furniture, right?
No.
It won't sleep in the bed with you?
Nope.
Okay.
If it has its space, I have my space.
Does it have to cook its own meals too, or?
No, I'll do that.
Okay. No, that's really cool. We're excited.
I just have a different mindset when it comes to
you do. That's
dogs.
okay.
I believe in the discipline aspect of it. I believe that, the human is the alpha.
Well, yeah, but you can still be the alpha and let him on the sofa.
Yeah, but I don't want him to because I'm the alpha. So I don't want him on my couch getting it dirty, getting hair all over it. I don't want it.
Okay.
They'll be totally fine being a dog on the ground as intended.
Okay. Well,
I run this house. That dog does not run this house. I do.
I don't think jumping on the sofa means it runs the house.
Well, the house is not about the dog's comfort. It's about a companion for me. But this dog is going to be, and it's going to be, an inside dog, an outside dog. It's going to be a little bit of everything. I am going to introduce it to gunfire. Probably after a couple months after I get it, because I don't want it to be shy to gunfire. It will not. I don't really plan on it being a hunting dog, but I plan on training it like a hunting dog, as far as discipline goes and stuff like that.
Okay. You're gonna make them run the cats off of your driveway,
dude. Every night I get home, or when I get home from work. No. Every night I get home, I ride the motor. That's all I do right now is ride the bike because of cost of fuel and stuff. There's the cat is in the same spot under my truck, and then I pull in. It comes up, looks at me for about 3 minutes, and then walks off. It's been the same for like the last 2 weeks.
It's like
the same routine.
Well, the cat's probably like, "Why you keep on coming to my place and making noises?"
It literally it's like sits out by like the left rear tire of my pickup, and then it's like, and then just bolts off.
Oh, it cussing at you.
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, hey, little buddy.
You don't speak Cantonese?
No.
Okay. Not a lot of people do, but
yeah.
So I want to talk about my experience with Xbox. I put a post on Facebook, and It was amazing. So first off, I'm a huge gamer, obviously. Okay, I play almost every day.
Since when, dude?
Yeah, dude.
We should play.
I haven't told people this. People don't know this about me.
Oh,
I love video games. Yeah,
you should tell people.
Xbox. I love Xbox.
Okay.
So about 3 months ago, maybe 3 months, about March. I don't know how far that is. Xbox. I saw this thing on Xbox's Twitter that said that they're doing a mentoring program, and you can kind of apply to meet one-on-one with someone who is a manager of a certain department of Xbox. I originally applied to meet the manager of their social media marketing team. So people who push their marketing through socials like Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. This person would be in charge of kind of like having a plan for that and putting them out there. And I mean, pretty much how you interact with Xbox is what this person would do. And I waited and I was like,
so what do you have to do? You just kind of like throw your name in the hat, basically?
Yeah, and then you kind of explain why you think you should be picked, and then you submit it. And the first person I applied for, I was like, this would be a dream come true. You know, I looked stuff up on LinkedIn to kind of see what was going on, and I was like, it's a shot in the dark. And then I saw another mentorship pop up, and I was like, you know what? I might as well throw my hat into the ring because chances are I'm not going to get it. So this person was the manager of Xbox Research, which is in charge of everything from how the controller feels to the layout.
That's cool.
Yeah, to like, you know, in certain games you can change what buttons do what. You can change that. And they're also in charge of like accessibility for people who maybe have disabilities. So things like color blindness features in video games, subtitles. They do things for the actual console itself to make sure anybody can use it. Like it's really...
That's kind of cool.
They do everything.
That's kind of a cool little job.
They do software, hardware on Xbox. Everything you see, you experience, that's what Xbox Research does. And that's not particularly what I'm studying in school. I'm going for marketing, so...
That's still cool, though.
Yeah, I'm like, any chance to talk with anybody from Xbox, have one-on-one, would be amazing. So I applied to these two positions, and months go by. I totally forgot about it. It was such a shot in the dark that I didn't tell anybody that I even applied. I didn't even tell Maddie. And I was like, there's no way I'm going to get it. You know, what they do is they have a manager from like five different countries. And so people from different countries can apply to meet that one person. And everybody in the US who applied to meet this one person.
Right.
And then my birthday was July 5th. I was at work, and the next day on July 6th, which I believe was a Wednesday, I decided to check my email, and I see my email. I was at work, and it said, "Congratulations, you have been selected for the Xbox, the one-on-one mentorship thing."
Sure.
And I froze. I didn't know what to do. This stuff doesn't happen to me,
Did you poop
dude.
a little?
I pooped, I peed, I cried, I laughed. I beat up a kid. I mean, we're talking about some serious emotion here.
Pretty happy.
But I froze there. My heart started beating fast. Open it up. I'm glad I checked my email because they're like, you have to respond by the end of this week. So it was like 3 days. So I had to respond with a time and date that worked for me. But
yeah,
I found out at work on my email, and I was like, I didn't get anything done that day because I was so excited. I called Maddie. I called my dad. Called my mom. I didn't answer. My dad finally called back. I talked to them, and I think I may send a message. I'm pretty sure I told you one night.
No. You told me like off the cuff, probably like when you're like saying I'll never get that or whatever. So you didn't really even tell Maddie, but you kind of like off the cuff like mentioned it. I think I remember like we were gaming and like, yeah, I submitted to like do some like one-on-one thing with like an Xbox manager or whatever. I'm like, oh, cool, man, that's cool. On to the game. I think that's literally what it was. Is what and when you and I didn't know what I didn't know what the hell you're talking about. So I'm like, cool, man. Yeah. I don't know what that means.
It was so awesome.
So what do they do? So obviously it's through like Skype or something.
Yeah, I was doing Microsoft Teams, you know.
Microsoft Teams.
So yeah, I just replied with a time and date that worked for me. And then
how long did you guys chit chat?
We had an hour. Introduce ourselves, and what was cool is that I went into
Was he like a total nerd, or was he a pretty cool guy?
It was a chick. It was a girl.
Was she a cool chick?
She was absolutely cool. And there was also a producer in there, and he kind of introduced himself. He said, "This is who you'll be talking to," and both of them said,
And you were there in like your wife beater.
I was there in my wife
and like your boxers.
I had like a cigarette hanging out of my mouth, barely lit.
Stuart and Melvin are fighting in the background. Or whatever.
Yeah.
Did you do it at your apartment? Where you did it and stuff?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
I mean, I have I just use all my setup and stuff, and
Yeah.
I did have a little issue with audio, but we got that figured out in the preliminary room before I actually met who I was going to talk to. But
that's cool.
They both said they chose me because they really liked what I said in my application, and that was really cool because I said what I believe, which is great because not to get maybe too nerdy or deep here, but Xbox is all about putting games into people's hands, and the more people who can experience a video game, the better. And that's exactly what I believe. And I think playing video games helps on so many levels. It teaches a lot of valuable skills, and I think it does things, like hand-eye coordination. I think it can assist people who have PTSD and depression and anxiety.
Yeah.
And I think it has a way of bringing people together. I met my buddy John in Scotland.
John Mate
from he's kind of going through a tough time right now, so I've been messaging him. But
tell him I said hey.
I will. But I met him through playing games, and he's like a brother to me. We played a lot, and it was awesome. And video games just have this way of like,
I think it's a way of connecting people.
Yeah,
connecting people like in a relatable way, but also helping people.
Yeah, and part of that too, and assisting with things like PTSD and anxiety and depression, and maybe other things. Is that
I like it to blow off steam.
Yeah,
is why
exactly,
I like it.
Exactly.
I like to blow off steam, and if I can blow off steam with my friends, even better.
Yeah,
even better.
and I firmly believe that there's a game out there for everybody, even if they don't think so. I think there is
Pong, even or what? Cabela's.
That's funny. As funny as
Cabela's
that is,
Deer Hunter.
that could be true. Somebody could love that. So
Cabela's Deer Hunter.
And I just think video games have this. Video games have more power than I think movies, and the video game industry
make more money than them.
Make more money than music and movies. And unlike movies, movies do a good job of telling you the whole story and stuff like that. Games,
it's like you create your own story.
You can create your own story, and also too, you're in the story. That's kind of you. You're in the story. So I could go on and on about the power of video games, but they really liked what I said about that, and so I spent an hour with her, got to ask her questions and talk, and it was really cool. It was just awesome to be there, and my only concern was that I hope I asked the right questions, because I got chosen out of everybody who applied in the United States. Everybody. I don't know how many people applied. I like to think it was like 500,000. No, I'm kidding. It wasn't. I don't know how much it was, but to be chosen as the person, I didn't want to squander that opportunity. And it was just so cool. She was really cool, and it was just a great opportunity. It makes me love Xbox even more. I mean, they're doing a lot of things right, and I was just extremely happy to have that opportunity.
I think they're doing a lot of things right if they have that opportunity to just have fans, I guess.
Yeah, seriously.
And lovers of Xbox or games to begin with to be able to do that.
Yeah, and in the application process, you had to say kind of like what you do and stuff. And I said I was a student, going for marketing. And so that was good to know, kind of like they wouldn't have chosen me if they didn't think that maybe my career goals line up with who I'm talking to.
Right.
But it was really cool. And what's interesting about the Xbox research department is that they're full of like psychologists. That's what a lot of them have, like PhDs and doctorate, or well, that's the same thing. PhDs in psychology, which is really interesting. I thought it'd be something else, but that was great. Loved it. Speaking of Xbox, we played last night.
Had a great time.
Great time.
I don't know.
And real quick, going along with the Xbox research and the accessibility, one of the things we talked about was, among other things, is toxicity in gaming. Obviously, every game's going to have toxicity, so how do you handle it? Well, in Sea of Thieves, the pirate game we play, they have something called the brig, where people can vote to put somebody in the brig, and that's kind of how they kind of handle toxic players.
I didn't know that
you can vote for that. Yeah,
I always wondered why they had the brig.
I didn't want to tell you.
I always wondered why they had that in the game, man. I always wondered.
It's stuff like that that's really interesting, and we talked about how do you overcome the difference between what people say and what people actually do. Because people will say they'll do something, but when time comes to it, they're going to act different maybe. So how do you reconcile those? But it was really cool. But did you have anything you were wanting to say about it?
No.
Okay.
I'm good.
Yeah. No, it was really.
That is cool. I'm glad you had the opportunity to do that. That is pretty.
It was awesome.
That's pretty bitchin'.
Yeah,
is what they said back in the 70s.
That's what they said in the 70s. Yeah.
Yeah, I still use that. However, we were playing last night.
Yeah.
I got a little bit sloshed.
It was so funny. You tried to say philosophy, and you just philosopher.
I said like falafel or something.
Falafeler with Caleb.
Oh man! See, that's why I love video games, because you just can like mess around with your bros.
Exactly.
And
when I was in the Air Force, that's how I kept in touch with you a lot of times.
Yeah.
My buddies and my parents played with us.
We talked like
we had
5 days a week or something, just playing video games.
Yeah, and I'm streaming on Twitch, and that seems to be picking up too. I got raided by a guy with like 9 people.
Yeah, you can talk about that.
And it was so cool. I didn't know what to do, but I laugh at my reaction because it was I don't know. I make some funny faces, and it was really awesome. I just didn't expect that, and it's one of those things where like I almost get so nervous at something like that I'm like, okay, I'm gonna end the stream and then get off and comprehend what happened. Even though it's something small to a lot of people, getting raided by maybe 9 people, it was special to me, and I really appreciated it. And
when that happens, like, dude, you just gotta be yourself, man.
Yeah. Oh, I know, and that's what it boils down to.
You should be more motivational to be yourself and not have any anxiety about.
Yeah. No, it was really cool. It was really cool when we played with Jesse. Jesse watched the stream. We got some clips last night, and that was really fun too.
Oh my gosh. Right before we started, you got to make a TikTok and post game clips. Game clips, man.
I do, but you've heard about the TikTok stuff, right? You haven't heard about like it being a like security risk because China's taking the data from it and like auctioning it off or holding it by themselves for intelligence reasons.
I don't know. Birds aren't real either. I mean, what do you want to say? I don't know.
We already talked about conspiracy theories, okay? But no, that's just something that I thought about too, because it's like
I didn't hear about that. Well, I'm sure I've heard about it.
Because nowadays, if you want to market yourself, you have to be on TikTok. You know,
dude, that's how everybody so washed, man. TikTok, dude, is so washed. I love TikTok simply because I like to use it for baseball clips, gaming clips, and like helpful stuff. I use it for cooking tips.
Yeah.
I'm now lately when I'm getting the dog, I've been using it for training tips, dog.
Very cool.
And stuff like that. That's why I like it. But that's like 8% of what people use TikTok for. The other 92% is 18 to 24-year-old girls shaking their ass. That's all. Really? That's all it is. It's people wanting attention.
Yeah.
And it's primarily girls wanting attention. Gotcha. That's what it is. But there is a good side to TikTok, which is, of course, what I use it for. There's a good side of TikTok that, I watch clips of sermons on there. I watch stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the rest of TikTok is so flooded with stuff that is
isn't really good, like good content, like
not for 14-year-olds and 13-year-olds and just these young people coming up, and then I don't know. It's just different. The social media aspect and just the visuals that people have anymore is just.
I think that's a sign of you getting old.
I read this a couple years ago that the average person has a attention span of 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And if you ever I was like, what does that mean? Well, it's like if you watch a TV show, if you watch a movie, no frame will be more than 10 seconds. It's panning to you, panning to me, panning to this, panning to that.
1917.
So, but no, the reason our brains are, and then TikTok's the same way.
Yeah, I think it's
swiping.
We want to be satisfied and we want it now. You know what I mean? And I think
and I have to be careful because I noticed that for myself.
I think that's kind of natural too, to want that without maybe.
But this is exercising it.
Yeah,
this is like really exercising it, and I have to like pull myself out of that all the time. Like, I don't spend, talk to me a month ago. I've been deep into TikTok for the last year or something, but I don't really jack with it too much anymore.
Yeah.
I get on it, like maybe I wake up early or something. I'll sit out in my bed and flip through it. But
speaking of having attention spans of 10 seconds or something in movies,
which is me.
You got a movie review for us here.
Oh, hey. Okay. It's free to watch on Prime.
Yeah, okay.
So you definitely need to check it out. I think it's free with ads. But I think I brought this up on the podcast before. I'm a big Bill Burr fan. I'm a big fan of his comedy. I listened to his podcast. Honestly, not a big fan of his podcast because he kind of just blabs forever, and he goes on rants. That's not for me. That's not the podcast I like to listen to. But I love his. I like he was in Breaking Bad. A lot of people don't realize that Bill Burr was in Breaking Bad,
and he was in The Mandalorian. I don't know. You haven't seen that, but he was.
I did. I got to Bill Burr, and then after I a couple episodes of Bill Burr, I quit watching The Mandalorian. Yeah. But King of Staten Island, of course, Pete Davidson, Bill Burr, the chick that plays Tom Holland's aunt in Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, Tomei, I think.
And she was in Wild Hogs, a very very beautiful older lady. But
Wild Hogs is a classic movie.
It is Wild Hogs. But anyway, basically it centers around Pete Davidson, and of course, if you know Pete Davidson, honestly, I've never really been a huge fan of Pete Davidson because he kind of just comes across as like a little roach, and he just looks like he's like high all the time and doesn't really care about anything or anybody. He just seems like one of those guys like in high school and stuff that's kind of like, yeah, this guy's a deadbeat. However, I like this movie. I like the story. I like the meaning behind it. Pete Davidson's character, if you know him, his father actually did die in 9/11.
Yeah.
And the story kind of goes around that. His father died in 9/11.
Oh, that's pretty
cool. Of course,
cool.
His mother, still single or whatever, meets a man, Bill Burr. They start dating. He's also a fireman. And it was Pete Davidson's character dealing with the depression or whatever of losing his father when he was a kid back in 2001, and
his mom finding someone else.
Finding a fireman to date, of all people. It got to the point where Bill Burr's character and Pete Davidson's character were fighting. The mother kicked him out. Get away from me.
Both of them?
Yep. So Pete Davidson's character basically hung out with Bill Burr's character at the firehouse, and he like turned him into a man, and this and that. But
so
it's a good story. How do I like out of 5 or something?
How many arms wide open do you give it? Arms wide open.
I will say out of 10. It depends on what mood you're in, or what movie you're in the mood for. But as far as like a drama, like a feel good drama, I would give it an 8.2 out of 10.
Okay.
I thought it was actually like the acting was good. Pete Davidson's acting was actually really good.
That's better than a 6 out of 8 score.
Well, it just wasn't like bad. It wasn't I wasn't repulsed by it. It actually really dug deep into his character and his struggles, which I really liked. It was kind of cool to see Pete Davidson vulnerable, I guess, and not like in the TV life and stuff, because he was basically he was playing himself. Yeah, it's essentially what he was doing.
Yeah. That reminds me of a movie with Shia LaBeouf where it's called Honey Boy, and it was like like his
with Dakota Johnson.
It was like his story, and he actually like kind of played his dad.
Or not Dakota Johnson. That was the Peanut Butter Falcon. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I've seen Honey Boy about 3 times.
Peanut Butter Falcon's pretty funny too.
Peanut Butter Falcon's good if you haven't seen it. Yeah. But Shia LaBeouf in Honey Boy, I've probably seen that 2 or 3 times now because it was free on Prime or something for a while.
I liked it a lot.
I thought it was phenomenal. I thought it really was a phenomenal movie. And I guess, I don't know if you knew this, but there was an interview I saw with him that he wrote that movie because when he was in rehab or something, and he basically started writing his feelings down, or just started writing, and it turned into kind of like a movie script, and that's how it turned really out. Cool. And I mean, I think he was just like one of those childhood stars that grew up way too fast. And of course, we were in the time where Even Stevens was on
that is
the
one
Disney
of the
Channel.
Best shows. I love that show.
Okay, so Even Stevens, I think, was kind of the one that paved the way for those real live TV shows, not cartoons, I guess you say.
Yeah.
He had Lizzie McGuire, and then of course he had Hannah Montana come out and stuff like that.
The Amanda Bynes show.
Amanda Bynes, but even Stevens. Oh my gosh, it was so good. But there was a lot. After seeing this movie, it's like, dude, there's a lot going behind the scenes with him.
Yeah.
And he was in some tough places. I think he was on Jimmy Kimmel and told a story about how he got put in a jail, and he was like laughing about it and stuff. He was in a bad spot then. Like he just was not him. Like he just was not in a good spot. He was still in like.
I got you.
I'm in the I party too much, and I just don't give a care.
And it's gotta suck being forced, like going on a talk show when you're not in the right headspace.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like people are pushing you out into the spotlight, and when all you want to do is just kind of hang back and kind of like.
I don't think he was ever anyone who really enjoyed the spotlight to begin with.
Yeah,
could be. If that movie Honey Boy is actually as far as accurate as far as his dad's attitude is, which I'm sure
I think it was,
because for one, it was his father was played by Shia LaBeouf, and two, Shia LaBeouf wrote it, so. It was probably pretty tough, and but it put it out there in Honey Boy, and I after interviews after he wrote Honey Boy, I love listening to Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah,
you can tell his mind is a lot more clear.
Yeah, that's good.
So much more clear.
Well, kind of on that same note, Maddie and I are watching Reacher on Amazon Prime. Really good so far.
Stumbled across it the other day.
It's good. I love Tom Cruise's Reacher. The first one. The second one I thought was okay, but the first one had great fight scenes. It had a great story. But this is one complaint that people had about the movie is that it's based off books. And in the books, Reacher's described as being like 6'5" and this heavy built
Tom
guy.
Cruise is like 5'5", 5'6". He's got to stand on. He's got to stand on boxes.
But the thing is, the writer of the book said, without even if he isn't the right height, he embodies the persona of Jack Reacher. Gosh, good. So he did so good. But the show's actually the show's good. The show's really good.
Jack Reacher with John Krasinski was a Prime TV show.
That's not Reacher.
What was it?
That's
it was Jack something.
Jack Ryan. Yeah.
Oh,
Jack Ryan. Yeah.
I never watched it. Okay, never mind.
That one was okay for 2 seasons.
Never watched it.
But there's nothing. What are you going to do if Netflix has different tiers? Because that's what they're talking about. Is they're talking about next year making it to where you either pay a little more for no ads or you keep the same price with ads, and you can't share your password and stuff.
Netflix has been making so many stupid bad bits.
Yeah,
I think they
cancel good shows after 1 season.
Yeah, I think that they're the number one company with the most amount of debt in the country right now. They're
really?
I looked like a year ago and I Googled it or something, which I don't know if that's true or not, but they're like $4 billion in debt.
Dang.
And I'm sure it's increased. I bet if we Google it right now, I can Google it. But I think that is the stupidest thing they'll do. They'll lose a lot of subscribers, but they're desperate because Disney Plus is falling apart right now.
Okay.
I wouldn't say falling apart. They are losing people. They are losing
they just
a lot.
Don't have really, yeah.
Well, for one, the Disney's content, like I had Disney Plus for a year. I've watched all my childhood movies and stuff like that. And then they started canceling people, and then people were like, then I'm going to cancel you if you're going to cancel people.
Yeah.
And so they've been kind of falling at the wayside. Prime, from what I understand, is still doing good because the thing with Prime, what I like about Prime is you pay for Prime. It's $150 a year. You get 2 days shipping on Amazon.
You get
orders.
You get music.
You get music, and you get the streaming service, and you have the ability to buy it on the streaming service if you want to own it. Because
it's a great deal all around, I think.
I think it's phenomenal. $150 a year for all 3 of those options. I use Amazon Music at least 2-3 days a week.
I think Walmart's trying to get in that business where they offer a streaming service because they have Walmart Plus where you can get free delivery and stuff.
That's right.
We'll see how that pans out. It'll be interesting.
I think a lot of people talk a lot about Hulu and Paramount and, of course, Peacock TV and stuff like that and Apple TV. But the only streaming service I have right now as far as video is Netflix and Prime.
I will say HBO Max, that's a worthwhile investment. I really like that.
What I'm afraid of is okay, Apple. I really want to watch this series that Apple's putting out.
Is it the space one?
I don't know, but I see an ad.
Yeah.
And Apple's putting out something really cool. man, I want to see this, but dude, I'm just subscribed to it. I'm gonna subscribe and pay, and that's probably the only thing I'm ever gonna be interested in. I have enough stuff to keep me busy. I watch a ton of YouTube, a ton.
Yeah,
and I watch a lot of like. I learned so much from YouTube, man. I learned so much.
Oh yeah,
Netflix still is putting out some damn good documentaries, like the DB Cooper one I just finished. That was actually pretty good. Netflix is still putting out good stuff every month. Don't get me wrong; they're taking stuff off, they're putting it back on. But
Hulu was the service I never really. That's kind of like
Hulu was free a lot to a lot of people. I think like when Ryan lived here, when he bought his like Samsung TV or something, it came with like a free Hulu subscription or something.
So yeah, Hulu used to have like James Bond on it, and they have like Rick and Morty stuff like that. But Rick and Morty is also on HBO Max. HBO Max is great because, I mean, it has when the Batman came out in theaters, it was on HBO Max like a month later.
That's something I want to talk to you about. Keanu Reeves, is he going to be like the next next? There's been like rumors that he's going to be the next Batman.
I don't think so.
He's too old.
Not that, but I don't think.
Am I just reading like false headlines?
What
or something?
I heard was that he would love to play Batman.
So then the headlines go, Keanu Reeves might be the next Batman or something. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'm reading false headlines.
It's really interesting you bring that up, though.
Clickbait.
And talking about Disney and stuff, because if you're watching, I'm wearing my Black Superman shirt. Comic-Con, the big one, San Diego Comic-Con. In San Diego, which means, well, we all know what that means.
Diago.
A whale's
elbow.
Okay. And you're missing the Anchorman reference here. I believe it means a whale's. Okay, never mind.
Okay.
Anyways,
I know what you mean.
Big Comic-Con was it's this weekend, and Marvel yesterday had their big showcase, and they announced.
Did you tweet about that? No,
I'll get to that.
Okay.
Marvel announced Phase 5 and 6, and it's going to culminate in 2 Avengers movies. One's called Secret Invasion, I think, and then one's called the Kang Dynasty or something like that. No, it's not called Secret Invasion. Sorry, it's a Kang Dynasty, and then another one. And I'm anxious to see what they do with those. But they're going to do like Fantastic Four. They're doing the final part of their Guardians of the Galaxy movie that's coming out in 2 years, I think.
I'll be cool with that. I'll be cool with the Guardians movie.
Here's the thing about Marvel. Okay, first off, I think we have almost reached that point where the superhero genre is oversaturated.
We reached that after Endgame.
I want to say after Endgame, I lost a lot of hype for the Marvel Universe, except for Spider-Man. I will watch every Spider-Man because he's such a good character. But
okay,
there's no more Chris Evans Captain America. There's no more Iron Man. And Marvel, during the time that they introduced Iron Man and up until Infinity War and Endgame, they built so much hype and they did such a great job of that of the MCU.
Yep.
After Endgame, when Tony Stark died, Captain America went in the past and lived with Peggy. I'm just not interested in a lot of these characters anymore.
I think they honestly should have stopped. That's the thing with Disney. There's no more original ideas anymore, and it pisses me off.
Well,
come on. Like they're over. Yeah, you're right. They're oversaturating it. I think they're oversaturating Star Wars.
I agree.
A lot.
That's our podcast.
I just
no, I totally agree.
I'm not happy with what Disney's doing.
Here's the thing too is now these movies are going to start coming out and they're going to be referencing these Marvel TV shows that nobody's watched. I will say Maddie and I watched Moon Knight and I love that. I love Egyptian mythology with superheroes, and I'll get to that. That was with my tweet. But that was
okay.
That was Moon Knight was really good. But you're never going to have the same Avengers that you had. You're not going to have that core group ever again unless they do something with time travel or bringing them back, which they might do supposedly in one of the Avengers movies. I'm excited to see how they do Fantastic Four, and they're going to bring the X-Men into the universe.
Are you kidding me?
No, because they bought Fox. So they're going to bring all that stuff in.
That's what Disney does. They're just creating a monopoly to own everyone's shit and then put it in their movie. I'm sick of it because Let's buy this and we'll put it in a movie. Yep, it'll make $850 million.
When it comes to Marvel, first off, you talk about not having original ideas. Almost every superhero movie is based off a comic book. The Boys, almost every Spider-Man movie.
Then some of them need to be left a comic book.
Maybe.
They made She-Hulk. Did you see the trailer for that?
They just released a new trailer yesterday. It actually looks pretty good. The updated trailer looks good. The first trailer did have some issues.
I'll be open-minded about that.
The new one does look good. They also released a trailer for the new Black Panther, which I might watch because of Bosman passing away, and I'm anxious to see how they handle that, because that's just a sad story about him.
Then why? See, then when he passed and he's gone now, that was in my associate. He was associated with that character.
Yeah.
Why would they want to do it?
Well,
money.
They're going to pass on everything's for money, but they're going to pass on the torch, I think. And
because they know a lot of people will go see it for that reason that you just said. I'll be one of them.
Yeah, me too.
Honestly.
Well, Ant-Man and the Wasp is coming. They're doing a third one that's going to introduce the villain for the Avengers. They're going to do a thing called the Marvels with, I think, Captain Marvel and then the TV show Marvel. But I just think it's oversaturated.
Way too complicated.
Also, too, with Star Wars, the sequel trilogy sucked.
I didn't even get there because...
Yeah, you did. You watched the one with Rey because you had a huge crush on her.
Oh, well, yeah. She had a perfectly symmetrical face. That's what made me fall in love with her. Her face was perfectly symmetrical.
But I just think the first one, The Force Awakens, I thought was good because it built a lot of expectations.
What about the one with what was her name?
Felicity Jones?
Huffman.
Or am I thinking?
Brunette.
You're thinking of Solo. That was actually a pretty good movie.
I thought that one was okay too. I thought it was okay.
What I don't like is these universes that are so big that to understand the movie, you have to watch all the TV shows.
Yeah.
And you have to listen to all their podcasts to get. I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like that. And one thing that's cool about Comic-Con too is they reveal a lot of trailers. So we talked about Amazon earlier. Amazon is releasing a Lord of the Rings TV show called The Rings of Power.
I heard about that.
They released a big trailer yesterday.
Is Peter Jackson involved?
He's not. But look at the trailer. They keep a lot of the same art, and the orcs look better than ever. They like better as in uglier than ever. You know what I mean? They look really good. Bad in a good way.
Okay, we'll have to watch that after the podcast or something.
I'm anxious to see because a lot of people are talking about woke culture has ruined it and stuff and this and that, and I will watch it because I'm such a big Lord of the Rings fan, and I want to see kind of how it does.
Yeah,
I don't think it'll be. I think it'll be solid.
I'm a massive Harry Potter fan, and I didn't watch that new
Fantastic Beasts.
Well, I didn't watch that, but they released one last summer or earlier this year or something.
Oh, really?
Oh
yeah, the crimes. Yeah,
I didn't.
Dumbledore's.
I wasn't interested because they're just. I don't even think J.K. Rowling wrote that because J.K. Rowling is now cast out from public because of some comments she's made.
Well,
she's a billionaire. Who cares? Whatever.
Yeah, right.
She can do what she wants.
But the reason I'm wearing the black Superman shirt is because I wanted to. Yesterday people thought that DC was going to announce a Man of Steel 2 with Henry Cavill. It never happened. But my tweet.
Okay, yeah, let's get to that.
Let's get it. Dwayne The Rock Johnson is going to be the super... Yes! And he's going to do a good job. I understand he's in everything, but check this out. He is playing a villain / hero called Black Adam. In the comics, Black Adam was Shazam's. They fought a lot. In the comics, there was before the Justice League, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, Flash, things like that.
Oh, of course.
There was a group called Justice Society, and they were the OGs. And they had a man on there named Dr. Fate. Dr. Fate, think of Doctor Strange in Marvel, but
worse.
But in DC. In fact, he was written first in comics before Doctor Strange was written. He's the OG magic guy. I love Dr. Fate. Pierce Brosnan plays him. We need to watch the trailer. Watch the trailer. I really don't care about The Rock.
You're getting pretty emotional here.
Yeah, I really don't care about The Rock. I'm excited to see Dr. Fate. Dr. Fate is one of my favorite superheroes, top 3. and hardly anybody knows about him. He looks so cool. They couldn't have done a better casting job with Pierce Brosnan. I mean, I'm pumped for it. And guess what? It comes out the weekend before Halloween.
I'll go with you.
Oh, yeah? Okay. No,
I'm just tired of seeing Dwayne Johnson and stuff. I'm sick of it.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see this one for the sole reason of seeing Dr. Fate. And that's what my tweet was. Like, I'm so excited to see Dr. Fate.
You brought up Dwayne Johnson, man. I'm just like, I'm done.
Yeah.
The last good movie he was in was Pain and Gain. That was 10 years ago.
What? I didn't even see that.
Mark Wahlberg.
It looks stupid.
No, it's based on a true story. It's good.
It is good?
Yeah.
I just remember the headlines around it was like he got ripped. Like
he was probably on the juice. 100%.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. I think he played a good character and he played it well, and then like every movie he's in after that, and of course he did some before that. But he's like the big tough guy, deep voice. He says the same stuff. Every line he says is predictable. Like when he got part of the Fast and Furious franchise, I think it ruined it. Oh my gosh, yes. It made it popular.
Fast and Furious guy.
He's like the number one selling actor right now.
Yeah.
And I don't get it.
I liked him in Jumanji, though. I liked him in Jumanji. He was funny. What I will say, though, is I was tired of seeing him and Kevin Hart always in movies together because it was like they were the duo.
The big man, the little man, duo. Yeah, I'm with you there. I'm with you there.
We'll see. I mean, I'm excited to see this. I'm excited to see Black Adam. So, Comic-Con this weekend. Okay. The final thing I think we should talk about is the James Webb Telescope.
Whoa.
I think this kind of goes back into...
Philosophy from Caleb. Hey,
so funny.
If you guys... I'll put a plug in for you.
Please.
I'll put a plug in for you. Valor Gaming is you.
Valor X Ranger is my team.
Valor X Ranger, but I always refer to it as Valor Gaming. He streams on Twitch, as a lot of you know who frequently listen, but he's had some good streams lately, so check it out.
They've been a lot of fun.
They've been fun. We played last night.
I've been having a lot of people watch too, which is great. Like
that's awesome, man. I want to. Between us right now, I'll say it on the air. I want to see you get in the next 6 months an average of 20 viewers.
That'd be awesome.
I think you can do it. I know you can do it.
Thank you, buddy.
I want to see you do it. Because, dude, we have so much.
Yeah.
We have so much fun playing.
I think the content's there.
I know we have so much fun playing. I think it'd be so cool if other people can come and watch and have fun with us.
That's the best part.
Or have fun. Of course, it's your deal. Have fun with you. But
it's always fun when we're all together.
Oh, I know.
It's so much fun.
Maddie was hilarious. She was hilarious last night. I'm drunk as a skunk. And it was just she was hilarious last night.
She's so funny, man. She's so funny. Yeah, no, that'd be great.
You should post that clip that you sent me today.
Okay, yeah.
You should post that on like your YouTube because you did the last clip on YouTube.
Yeah, I think I will.
Okay.
So, final topic, the James Webb Telescope.
Yeah.
It came out with images earlier this week or last week.
Yep.
And they're mind-boggling. I think kind of going back to one of our previous podcasts, and these pictures kind of solidified it. There is no way we are alone in this universe. The pictures they said where if you take a grain of sand from a beach, hold it up at arm's length, that is the picture that they took with the telescope. Imagine that grain of sand with that many galaxies in it everywhere. That's how big the universe is, and the universe is expanding. So,
okay, so you might know this. Everyone says the universe is expanding.
Yeah.
Do you mean it's just because we're discovering more? And
that's what? No. Because
that's because of exploding stars and stuff like that.
No, it's because the Big Bang, the universe constantly expands, and what we know, what we see in the night sky, and the pictures that the James Webb Telescope had taken are what are part of the known universe. There's more of the universe outside of what we can see. We just can't see it yet, and we might never see it.
Yeah.
And another thing to think about too is the pictures that the James Hubble Telescope had taken. Because, you factor in the speed of light, we're seeing galaxies.
James Webb.
What did I say?
James Hubble, I think.
James Webb, okay.
Okay. Who's James Webb?
He's a scientist. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. Sorry.
I think he's an actor. No, I'm kidding. But we're seeing galaxies that are 2 or 3 million years in the past. So let me put it to you this way. If there was another civilization out there and they were taking pictures of the Earth right now, they would see dinosaurs. They wouldn't see us because of the speed of light and how that works. So if someone was on a different galaxy and they took a picture of planet Earth, they would not see humans, they would see dinosaurs. So all that stuff is interesting. In fact, one photo
kind of reminds me of Interstellar.
Yeah. Well, one photo they did where it's just a black sky and there's stars. You can actually see the curvature of space time because
I
some
didn't see
galaxies
that
are
one.
curved.
I guess I didn't.
Okay,
I didn't
well,
get that.
let me show you. Okay, I just think to me, space it's infinite possibilities, and it's so cool to see these images taken in our lifetime. I mean, and where we're located,
No, that's the TV playing dog training videos.
We are like, it just puts things in perspective, you know?
Well, when you see stuff like that, you know that we are so small.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to get depressing here, okay? But we're insignificant. Like, looking at the stars and, I mean...
Look at the broad spectrum of everything else that's out there. Like, I don't even think... Like, we can humanly contemplate just how small we are. If you really want to put that in perspective and maybe kind of get an idea of how small you are in this universe, world, whatever you want to call it, listen to a sermon by Louis Giglio. Lou Giglio.
The Louis Giglio telescope.
Yeah. But listen to that, and it'll put you in perspective just how small you are, but yet how important you are.
But we're capturing the galaxy in the universe in 4K, and it's so cool to see that. In fact, it's the background on my lock screen on my computer. It's
is the Hubble, like, do they take it apart yet? The Hubble, or because they got to take it apart.
I thought the Hubble was continuously going, and they're never going to get it back, and eventually they're going to lose contact with it. That's what I thought.
Wait, so they just sent it out in space?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so I got rid of it. They just threw out space trash now.
They say, yeah.
Because I've heard this, like, the amount of space trash that's just orbiting on our Earth is unreal. Yeah. So there's NASA's doing something right now to, like, develop something to pick up trash because they can hardly put out satellites.
That's crazy.
Because without them getting damaged.
That's crazy.
By, like, a little, like, bolt or something will, like, totally tear apart a whole
Isn't that crazy?
Thing.
And the final thing about the James Webb Telescope, I'll say, is that they took pictures of the same parts of the galaxy that the Hubble telescope took pictures of. And to see the difference in quality from the Hubble to the Webb, it's amazing.
I saw a couple side-by-sides, and
it's amazing.
It's night and day different.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. So I just want to put it out there. To me, that's hopeful because it's, like, inspiring, like, what's out there, like, infinite possibilities for us. Even though galactically maybe we're insignificant too, we're still significant to each other, though, and that's what matters, that we take care of each other.
The Hubble telescope has been around since, like, what, the late 70s or something?
80s, maybe? I don't know.
Maybe the 80s. So let's say it's 40 years old. Well, in another 40 years, we'll be 70 years old, maybe before another update comes out or something.
Maybe.
Maybe this is kind of, in our lifetime, this may be the most technology that we see as far as
it could be
out. Of course, the telescope's still pretty new, and I'm sure scientists are still, like, combing outer space
to
find stuff.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it seems like once a week there's a new planet discovered.
Yeah.
But whatever. It is kind of cool to see what they kind of put out. Maybe the James Webb Telescope. The movie Don't Look Up. Maybe they'll find an asteroid or a comet that's coming towards us to kill us all, and then
I want to see that movie Nope.
Oh, I just thought about that. Second I started talking about movies, King of Staten Island.
I
watched the trailer for it again today, and the reviews around it are freaking raving. Like, they're really good.
Not to see it then.
Nope.
Why?
I'm just saying the movie.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in with us.
Simple podcast. I liked it, though.
Yeah.
Simple. But hey, I think on the next one we got to have a guest.
You think so?
We're gonna pull a guest on the next one.
Okay.
We'll do it.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see you all next time.
Thanks, guys.